Hello there, I am Robin Grenville Evans. I'm the creator of Venna's Planet. And I'm going to be talking you through a few sequences where I was working on some of the artwork. And we're going to do some speeded up things. And it won't be remotely edifying, but I don't know. I just think it might help to show some of these things. Okay, now what I'm doing here is a sequence which is in the throne room of the Trachuviad chief. And the reason I'm shifting the furniture around is because I want this panel, which is the bottom section of a page, to leave enough room for an insert panel. So I don't need all these items spread around the way they are, and clearly there's more detail to be put on some of the things. Poor old Geezer the Krog, who's on the right hand side there, needs his scales put on. So I've separated all the elements out so I can rearrange them somewhat. When this panel, or the version of this panel, appeared in the first version of this book, which is a black and white one, which you can still buy. You can still buy Scorching Darkness. It was, I thought it was okay when I did it, and then when I looked at it, I thought, oh, that's really bad. So I'm trying to make this one a bit better. So I'm trying to make it compact without cluttering it. So I still want to keep the dynamic element of the frame in there. Now here I've switched that speech balloon around to save me redrawing it, because it should occupy the same. It should be able to contain the same text, which it does. We can see, "You stupid humans, you stupid humans." Geezer the Krog has a certain degree of contempt for non-mutants, and the trouble they've caused within seconds of them coming into this colony of these people that could kill them at any second. And he kind of wants to open up negotiations and get them to help them, and all they've done is get into a fight. It's one of those unfortunate things. When you read the book, you find out why it happened that way. It was just something that escalated and turned out very badly. You can see on the right hand side here, I'm making space now for that other panel. I think it's likely I might need more space than that, because there's not, all it is going to be another character, another one of the Trachuviads, who plays an important role later in the story, peering through this curtained off area here. The reason that Clayton, who is on there's a man standing there holding his fist, is saying "Mother Earth," which is the standard sort of oath throughout this whole series. He's just punched the guy laying down there. He's punched him in the eye, and it really hurt his hand, And I think it looks like I'm trying here now. And bear in mind, I'm putting this narrative on many months after I drew this panel, and and also after I rearranged it. Now this was longer, this whole sequence that I've filmed here, or captured the video, but I was watching it, and even I was getting bored, so I've chopped out quite a lot of it. And this part I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing here, because all I needed to do really was actually just move him to a different layer, and I seem to have taken it into my head to erase the layer that should be behind him that I've put in front of him. I don't know what earth I think I'm doing there. I believe I got myself very, very confused. It came out okay in the end, but what's happened here is that there's been a bit of a scuffle, and the woman sitting on, that's the chief sitting in the chair behind Clayton there, with the Mother Earth caption. That's the chief is on this and his daughter is Narratrice. She was called Narratriki, but I didn't like that, so I changed it to Narratrice, which I think is correct. And she's ended up getting knocked over and landing in his lap, which isn't really going to do a lot for interspecies relations. So it looks like Geezer's going to have his work cut out as diplomat. It all turns out okay in the end, but well, not in the end, but I mean, it's not as bad as he thinks it is, or we think it might be. Now I see I've managed to open up that panel at the end a little bit more, and I quite like the fact that it's a bit cluttered in there, because it gives an impression of the chaos that's been caused by these things that have happened. The girl in the background with the mouth, hands over her mouth, that's Sol. She's always been in it. She's one of the few characters whose name wasn't changed right from the very beginning, so she's held on to that character name for the past 30-something years. Geezer's had different variation of his spelling. So what I'm doing here, you can see the bit here is and this has been speeded up. I had to speed the section up, but I'm drawing the character who is I've forgotten his name completely, who is peering through to see what's going on. I don't actually use this sketch for the final thing. You're going to see the final thing in just a second. You'll see the finished section of this page. I've still got to put details into quite a lot that's happening on that panel on the left there. And you're going to see it any second now. Here it comes, and there we are.